All right, so today I'm getting ready to battle my HOA. It's like 7 in the morning. I'm never up at this time. You got garbage trucks driving around. Got this icy cold morning weather that I can't stand. Oh man, I hate being up at this time. But I'm doing battle with my HOA today to try to get my gate approved because I'm in the process of purchasing this property. Really nice property, really great community, really super quiet community. So I don't want to just walk away from it over this gate. However, I want to get my new gate approved. And this property sits on a lake, on a lagoon. I mean, it's really nice home. The only thing about it is it's got an old gate up from the 70s. This property was built like many properties in the Bay Area. That's where this home is that I'm like getting ready to purchase. I'm like in the middle of getting ready to close escrow on it and everything. It's just the gate that's bugging me. And I have contractors who are ready to come in and they're like, say the word, boss, we'll tear that gate down, we'll put up a brand new one for you. And I'm like, I gotta get HOA approval. HOA is hassling me about that gate. They're like, your property is the only property in the community that has a gate. And the person who originally bought the house back in the early 70s put that gate up, and I guess, or I imagine that they didn't like that, and the HOA from that moment on put it in their bylaws that nobody else could put up a gate on their home. So my property is the only property that has a gate in the entire community, and they're giving me two options. They're like, hey, you can either keep that old gate up there, or you could just tear it down. And we prefer you tear it down because we don't like to see homes with gates in front of them in our community, because it's already very safe, which it is. And they're like, we have security, 24/7 security and all this. And I'm like, yes, I get that. However, there's some other factors that roll into this. Like, number one, before I tell you that, if you're curious, like, hey, why don't you just go buy yourself a new McMansion or something like that? Hard to come by in the Bay Area because most of the properties here are very old, right? And this property, being built in the 70s, is actually quite new compared to the Victorians in San Francisco. And the reason why I'm looking out here is because my parents still live in San Francisco, where I was born and raised, and they're getting older. It's harder for them to get around, and they need help. So in order to be closer to them, instead of buying my next property in Orange County, which is what I wanted to do, I decided, okay, I'll buy it closer to the Bay Area, San Francisco, where I can, help out and not be so far away all the time, like where I am in Los Angeles, right? So anyway, found this property sitting on the lake. It's beautiful. Got a nice lake like lagoon view, and thinking about getting a boat and everything where I could go boat, and really looking forward to this property, right? Not going to be there full time. That's another thing. I am not going to be there full time. So I want a gate up in that home because I'm not going to be there all the time, right? I don't want my house getting broken into. Nice neighborhood, great community. Again, it's secure and everything, but even then, still, even gated communities get broken into. So all I want to do is replace this gate with a more modern gate. It's the original gate from the 70s. And in true HOA fashion, they're hassling me about it and going, no, because it doesn't, something about the conformity of the aesthetics, you know how the HOAs are. And I'm like, okay, would you rather have me keep up this really ugly gate, because aesthetically it's ugly, or have me put up a modern gate, and improve the look of the community? That's not the way they see it. The way they see it is, we don't want you to have that gate up there at all. We want you to just tear it down. And we're hoping that it's so ugly that you will tear it down. But my concern is safety. And I'm trying to be civil about this, but I've already gotten legal counsel. I mean, yeah, and I have fantastic lawyers too, by the way, and they're just raring to go on this because they're like, we'll get that gate approved by this afternoon. Just let us step in. Don't worry, we'll have them approve that gate by this afternoon. I'm like, guys, I don't even want to go there, man. I don't want to go there. I don't want to stick the attorneys on them because I'm moving into this place, right? I don't want to start off my residence there with friction, especially with the HOA president, which is who I've been dealing with. I went straight to the president because there are some like HOA Karens on the board, and they're like, oh, is that Matt Cross guy? Is this that YouTube guy? Oh no, don't let him have that gate. Don't let him have that gate. And yeah, that's the problem with being a red pill YouTuber is stuff like this happens. When they find out the type of content you're doing, who you are, how many subscribers you have. I don't even have like millions. I just have a few 100,000, but that's enough to piss them off, right? And they're, of course, they're not going to be like, yeah, give him his gate. No, they're going to be like, nah, let's, make sure he doesn't get what he wants. Yeah, so doing content that I do not only puts my safety at risk, which is why I want that gate, why I want a modern, strong, secure gate up there, not the flimsy 1970s gate that's on there now. And it's crazy because most of the property is pretty like updated except for the gate. And apparently, from what I heard, because the owner of that property had passed away, and I'm dealing with the trust as far as the purchase goes, the trust is saying that they wouldn't let him replace it either, even when he requested to replace the gate with something newer, probably back in like the 90s or 2000s. They were like, nope, keep that old gate up there. However, I'm really good with getting things done, getting what I want, especially when it's reasonable. I believe in being reasonable. And so my legal counsel is arguing that you, dude, are on YouTube. You are a red pill YouTuber, which makes you a target, which is true. Because again, I get hate comments, I get death threats, just like all the other red pillars out there. We really put our asses on the line for you guys. I'm just gonna go on that tangent for a second. Is you guys really don't understand when you do this kind of content where we tell you guys the truth, like literally, we're just here telling you the truth. We get attacked for that. Okay, we get these really nasty comments and threats of violence against us for telling you guys the truth, but we do it anyway to deliver you guys the truth. So if you appreciate that, please like and subscribe, man. Helps me out a ton. Get into one of my programs if you want to repay me, because it really changes your life, and especially in situations like this. It's like if I wasn't on YouTube, and it's not only just YouTube, but also my legal counsels are gonna, they're ready to argue as well that I have valuable assets. They're like, he has a collector car. He has a 1981 DeLorean that's worth over six figures, which it is, right? It's only got 9,000 original miles on it. I've had offers for over six figures on that car. Besides my Lamborghini, he has an exotic car, and those cars, they may not be there full time, but they don't need to know that. They're like, he drives those vehicles. He comes into town with those vehicles. He'll be putting those vehicles in the garage when he is in town. So he's at the threat not only because of YouTube and because of his public persona on YouTube, teaching this red pill stuff, but also he has valuable assets, which makes him a target, an even bigger target. So if you don't give my guy his gate, Mr. Matt Cross, if you do not approve his gate and something happens to him or his properties, you guys can be on the hook. You guys could be liable for millions of dollars in damages. And they know that. And that's why, my attorneys are saying that if we step in, believe me, they will back down in true HOA fashion when they realize that it's more of a liability to not let you have that gate rather than maintain the aesthetic conformity of the community. So it's really crazy. how something simple as, your own protection, can be an issue with the homeowners association. Unfortunately, the one good thing about being in California, even though our taxes suck, politics suck, is that a lot of the laws protect you as the homeowner, especially when it comes to your safety. And that is a big one that I'm hoping to resolve with the HOA president today. Again, I don't like being up at this time. I can't stand it. I like waiting until the sun comes out. It usually comes out like a few hours later, like around like 10 or 11. I don't even like stepping out until the sun's out because I hate this morning chill, man. I don't like it. You got the dudes with the blowers and all that, and it's not my time. I just don't like being up at this time. However, some things got to get done, and also this is why I wasn't able to get a video up last week on this channel, is because I've been dealing with all this, right? Trying to close on this property. I've got some contractors ready to come in because I want some certain things renovated. The deck that looks out onto the water, I want to have the deck torn up and put like a glass railing. I have some nice stuff done to this place. Even though I'm not going to be there full time, the times that I am going to be there, I want to enjoy myself. Also letting my contractors know that I'm going to be living, like when I'm there, I'm going to be staying in the living room because it overlooks the entire like waterfront view, the entire lagoon. I just don't like staying in the bedroom. I don't like locking myself up in the bedroom, in this like tiny bedroom, and bedroom's got a nice size, but I don't like locking myself up in a bedroom. I like just being out in the open, and especially because the scenery is in the living room and you see the water. I'd rather sleep out there when I'm in town, in my own home. I choose to sleep in the living room, not the bedroom. So yeah, I've been dealing with this all last week. I've been really just have my hands full, and I'm ready to go. So this property is it's over $1 million. It's not the biggest place, by the way. It's not like a mansion or anything like that. It's it's only like a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, but it sits on the water, and it's well over $1 million property, easily. And it's in a great community, quiet community, safe community. I'm buying all cash, so I don't even need a loan. I'm not taking a loan or anything. Just doing it all cash. That's how I roll. I don't like taking loans. I'm just gonna buy cash, right? So I don't have to take a mortgage or anything like that. So I'm getting a great deal on it too, by the way, because I'm like one of the few and only cash buyers, around that's willing to just buy the property, cash. And fortunately, I'm dealing with a trust, and the owner passed away. So the trust, it just wants to sell the property. And they're like, okay, his offer is pretty good. I mean, even at $1 million, I'm still kind of lowballing, right, for this property because of where it sits, right? As they say, everything's location. And I am out here with my dogs, by the way. I've got Gizmo out here walking around. Even Gizmo doesn't like being out at this time of the morning. He's like, man, what are we doing up in this cold weather, Dad? Why so early? I'm like, Giz, we got to go deal with HOA today, man. It's one of those days, like, you have one of those days you have to do something you don't look forward to doing. I mean, and to me, it's just like, I just don't see why it's such a big deal that we have to do all this. Why can't you just approve my request to put a brand new gate up there, Nonetheless, anyway, that's what I'm dealing with, guys. And if you live in a homeowners association, let me know what your issues have been, and if you have any advice, I'd love to hear it, because I'm not used to dealing with them, especially because there are a couple of Karens on this board, man, and I'm sure they will watch this at some point. And I'm just trying to, I can't even do it. I always like to keep a low profile where I live, and I can't even do that because now I already had to blab to them, my people had to blab to them that this guy needs his gate because He's on YouTube. He teaches some sensitive topics that upset people, and it makes him a target. You know, besides his cars that are going to be in the garage, he's a target. Give him the flipping gate, man. But yeah. Again, they just want to go in there and stick the documents in their face and go, look, if you don't give him his gate, you guys are going to be, you know, putting yourselves at huge risk, huge liability if something happens to me. If something happens to him, if something happens to his property, something happens to his cars, there's going to be liability. Right? I don't want anything to happen, man. Right? I just want to live in peace. And that's another thing. I feel more at peace when I have that added protection, right? And it's not like the gate wasn't already there. There was a gate up there. It's just old and falling apart, and the previous owner couldn't get them to approve a newer gate, apparently, because the HOA put in the rules after he put up the first gate, and they didn't have really modern gates yet back then. He just put up a gate because he wanted one, because he probably had the same concerns I did. So anyway, if you live in an HOA, man, let me know your qualms about it and how you like it. It's not going to stop me from buying this property, because regardless, even if I'm only there part-time, and even if I decide to not live there, I still want to buy it because it's such a great deal. And I did not realize that it was a trust selling the property, and I did not realize that especially like the way real estate is right now, at least in the Bay Area, yeah, if you got some cash, man, you should throw some lowball offers at some of these properties. I mean, you'll be surprised. But yeah, I'm still paying a pretty penny for this place, but still, it's about the location for me, and I love the location. It's right by the freeways, it's right by the shopping, it's right by the entertainment. I mean, it's a hop, jump, and a skip away from where my parents live, so I can still easily go see them and take care of them when they need me. It's just a perfect place, right? And I just got to get my gate approved. But anyway, guys, sorry for rambling, but that is the reason why I couldn't get a video up last week. And hopefully we'll just close on this property in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully the next week, get this new gate up, get my contractors in there and start work on the property, because I'm not even going to be able to move in for at least a month or two while they complete this work. I'm having them change out the deck that overlooks the water. I'm going to have them put in this glass railing and everything, because the rails on there right now, my dogs can easily just put their heads through and end up in the water, so we don't want that. And I'm trying to figure out because the other homeowners in my community have boats, and I'm like, hey man, maybe should I get a boat, right? So now I'm thinking about, yeah, that would be cool, just go boating around, maybe do videos on the boat. I don't know if I'm going to do all that just yet, though. I just want to get my gate approved first, and we'll go from there. Nonetheless, guys, let me know if you live in an HOA, if you deal with HOAs, if yours is a pain in the ass. I'm not saying mine is, in case you guys are watching. I'm just saying I want my gate. Let me know if you have any tips, any advice. Would love to hear it in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Look at this. Giz, wish everybody a happy Tuesday. Till next time, guys. Till next time.